remember the fucking first time I ever smoked, okay?
Child, let me tell you. The first time that I smoked, um, I was with my friend. Her name was Tanika as well. Now, everybody else had already been smoking that we knew of. We was the only ones that wasn't smoking. And our high school was having a dance. And so we wanted to be cool. We wanted to make sure that we could smoke before we went into this dance or whatever. And so she tells me, she was like, hey, she said, I got a blunt. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. You got a blunt? Like, let's meet up at the gate when it's time. We meet up at the gate. She pulls out the blunt, which was actually tobacco. Cause you know you supposed to split and all of that. Child, it wasn't no split, honey. It that she pulled that thing out the pack and lit fire to that thing. You understand what I'm telling you? And so I felt like that was the first time that I smoked, but no. So I tell my older brother that lived out of town, like he was a big time, dealer, you know what I'm saying, in Indiana or whatever. And so whenever he would come in town, I would just think he was so cool. And I'll be like, hey, bro, I did this, I that, trying to be cool. So I'm telling him, like, yeah, I smoked. And he was like, you did? I said, yeah, I smoked. He was like, all right, whatever. He was like, well, I'm coming to get you and, taking you with me for the weekend. So I'm like, okay, cool. And he was like, and I'm going to get you high. I'm like, cool, nigga, I done already been high. Cause literally when I hit that cigar that she gave me, it was a rush. You understand what I'm telling you? So I done told him, look, I done already been there. You feel me? Like, nigga, it ain't nothing. And so he pulls up, for the weekend or whatever, and tells my mama he about to take me to his house. And he lived like two and a half, maybe 3 hours away from us, okay? And so we went on and left and everything. And we wasn't smoking yet. I think we end up getting closer to his house and we stopped somewhere to get some. I don't know what happened, to be honest, but what I do know is when they finally did fire it up, um, I was really really high, um, and I couldn't feel myself. Like I couldn't literally feel myself. It felt like I was floating or something. Like I had reached the top of the ceiling of the car. Like I don't know, the roof of the car. I don't know, child. I was high as shit. Um, and so I didn't want to tell my brother, like, I don't know what's wrong with me because I had already told him I got high. And so next thing I know, we were on a completely dark road. I'm talking about pitch black road. You understand me? You know how you get on them roads that don't have them country roads that don't have absolutely not one light on there, child. Ain't nobody got no porch light on, none of that. You hear me? There's no light. It is thick dark, okay? My brother hit something. He went to back up. He hit reverse on that car and he backed up. And immediately I couldn't feel my legs. Immediately I could not feel my legs. I could not. I already couldn't feel myself. I was already going through something that I couldn't explain. But when he hit something and he put that car in reverse, child, listen, I couldn't feel my legs. And so, mind you, we had stopped and picked up a couple of people. And so now I'm in the back seat with these folks in the middle. Pitch black. We done reversed and everything, and I done fucking panicked. I said, I can't feel my legs. I can't feel my legs. Let me out the car. Let me out the car. I can't feel my legs. Yo, I climbed over whoever it was, honey, and I got the fuck out of that car. You understand what I'm telling you? I got out that car because I couldn't feel my legs. Mind you, we in a whole scary movie scene because there is absolutely black. But I couldn't feel my legs. And so my brother's telling me, like, bitch, get back in the car. And I'm telling him, like, nigga, I can't feel my legs. Like, I don't think you understand. Like, I can't sit down because I can't feel my legs. Like, what? Can you feel yours? Like, nigga, I think he talking about I hit something. Nigga, my legs. That's what you hit. because I can't feel them. I'm paralyzed right now. I don't know how I got back in the car. I got back in the car, but somehow I got back in the car and we ended up at his house. By now, it's like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. Okay. What the fuck are we even doing outside around that time? I was normally asleep. Either way, um, we get to his house and these motherfuckers ain't got nothing to eat. Listen, what I'm telling you, I was so hungry. I had the ultimate munchies. You understand me? The unlimited munchies. And all they had was pretzels. That's all they had. That's all they had was pretzels. And so I took them pretzels, child, and I sat on that couch and I was eating them pretzels, child, and I could literally feel them crumbling out of my mouth because my mouth was so dry. They didn't even have nothing to drink. They set me up for the man. So anyways, so I remember him coming into the living room talking about, you good? I was like, hey, if I pass away, you better tell mama what you did to me. I'll never forget it. I said, if I pass away, you better tell mama what you did to me because I don't think I'm going to make it. And he sat there and he laughed at me and he laughed at me. And I know I was linked over, still eating them pretzels. You hear me? Mouth dry as a bit. You hear me? And so I told him, I said, if I pass, you better tell mama what you did to me because you did this. And so the next morning I wake up fully clothed, shoes tied and everything, child. I ain't trying to take them shoes off or none of that. My shoes was tied up. You understand me? And I woke up with a bunch of crumbled pretzels all over my clothes, all over the couch, just everywhere. And I was hungrier than hungry. I was more hungry than 5 cows. You understand me? I was severely hungry, honey. I was hippo hungry. And so, mind you, again, they didn't have nothing to eat. They was still asleep. And all I still ate was them dry ass pretzels. But now that I wasn't as high as I was that night, I realized that them pretzels was stale as fuck. You understand me? Them pretzels had to been sitting in their cabinet for 2 years. 2 years, had to. That's another reason why they was crumbling out my mouth, because they was no good. And they was the sourdough pretzels, the sourdough bread pretzels. Honey, they wasn't no good at all, child. Honey, talk about getting high. Honey, I was certainly high that day. You understand what I'm telling you? And so when I got back home and I told my friend Tanika that I actually got high and bitch, you didn't know what you was doing. She said, yeah, I know. She said, I ended up getting high with my brother too. She said, and I didn't go through what you went through. She said, but I really was high. Yeah, girl, because you had us over here smoking a whole daggone cigar. Now, mind you, the girl that I first smoked with the cigar, her name is Tanika Walker. And my name is about to be Tanika Walker. Shit's funny as hell, honey. But I damn sure ain't eating no crusty ass pretzels, honey. Shit.